I like to be very comfortable, but I like being brighter as well. I really love colors. Any print.
Okay, well that's good news.
I love prints.
I could see.
The thing that concerns me the most is looking like short and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed you're wearing flats, so do you normally
Yeah.
wear flats and or
yeah,
you
because
against high heels or?
I can wear high heels, but I think it's very difficult for me to do my job.
Okay.
I have to run around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, well, obviously because we in fashion love high heels. Okay, so what about work-wise? Do you have any limitations as far as what, the wardrobe choice-wise? Are you limited, in terms of what you can wear, you cannot wear?
I'm dressed pretty conservatively.
Okay, so what you see here, like I said, right, is literally at the pop-up store. So what we have gathered in this gallery experience store, and it's literally an edit of what the tenants here offer in terms of the fashion. I think what's important is having your own sense of style. I think style is something that you kind of develop over time.
Yeah.
So it's something that you eventually kind of have, and that will decide what you wear. Just some of the key trends that I personally love for the season, obviously, are the graphic. So basically, what you'll see is a lot of graphic geometric patterns happening. A lot of black and whites also for this season, spring summer 2016. You will also see quite a fair bit of stripes. Both ways, vertical as well as horizontal. Then you will also see, obviously, because spring summer, you see a lot of florals. As you can see, there are a lot of dresses here, because obviously for spring summer, we get a lot of dresses that the designers are putting out. So these are interesting florals, right? And the florals kind of tie in with, that whole trend which is very big now, which is that vintage, the new romantic, all that. So that kind of falls under those trends. Actually, same floral print, but two dresses. So understandably, of course, obviously, this is taking into consideration the shape. I see that you can wear sort of halter tank dresses quite well. So you won't have to worry about having to cover your arms or your shoulders. So whereas this one is a bit of cap sleeve. So same pattern, even the armpit waistline is a bit sort of high up. So, but then the neckline and the shoulders are different. So this one, I guess, would be for someone who's always very concerned that the shoulders are kind of very narrow and, and they have this thing about not exposing their shoulders, okay? So, and personally, I think, a dress like that could work on you quite well. You see, I think in terms of the print, the floral print, and in terms of color, these colors are not exactly your super bright colors. So if you have this thing about, I cannot do the super bright colors, and I think this actually works very well. And I think the waistline works very well, and the length works well for you, because I think when you wear something like that, it kind of uplifts you in terms of height, right? Because as I said, I think you said you're a bit conscious about not coming across to be short. So dresses like that with that flare kind of gives it an illusion of height. Then, of course, with something like that, I would recommend a pair of heels. Espadrilles are particularly big this season. So, these are wedges, and you can notice that the patterns are, you see, this season is about pattern of pattern. So do not be afraid. I think there's always this thing about how do you mix patterns, and I think everyone has this fear like, the floral pattern cannot go, a big floral cannot go with a small floral, abstract floral cannot go with, sort of distinct florals. So, but for instance, like this, you have a tinge of blue and this of green, and actually when you put it together, literally it works quite well in terms of the mixing and matching, right? Although I know it's one of those things people always feel that patterns just cannot go together. And one thing that I always say is never wear the same pattern head to toe, because then, although the pajamas thing is very big this season, but I think you have to be a supermodel to carry the pajamas look, because there's certain looks that I just won't recommend that you and I should wear, right? So here we go. So let me just show you some of the bags. The shoes are here. The bags, the exotic skins are obviously still a big trend, but what you notice about exotic skins are the colors,
Yes.
right? Not necessarily because it's spring summer. Spring summer, yes, with spring summer season, you tend to go, or there tends to be more brighter colors coming across. But even the colors is kind of the, sort of the seafoam cerulean blue, so the color even is kind of orange red, but not exactly red and not exactly orange. So I think the colors work really well. So in terms of shapes and of the bags, something like this obviously works very well for work-wise, and something like that also works very well for work-wise. One thing you'll see with this season with a lot of bags is this is kind of a very sporty strap.
Yeah.
So the sporty strap, a lot of designers are putting the very sporty strap with the bags. So, sometimes you have the handle and then you have the sporty strap. So it's kind of the merging of like two different trends. You have the dressy and then the sporty. And I think that's what's happening in fashion a lot. It's not just one specific trend which is like super dressy or super sporty. I think the trends are such that designers are merging. And I think this is kind of very the young millennia, people like yourself, So you don't want it to be coming across a bit too formal, too dressy. You still want to have a bit of edge. And I think this is what gives you the edge.